All right, so I want to do a How to Get Rich money review. So it was a Netflix docu-series by Ramit Sethi, one of my favorite personal finance, money management influencers. He's the author of I Will Teach You to Be Rich. Very a lot of gems in that book, so make sure you check it out if you have the time. But yeah, so he's the lead or the talent of this docu-series on Netflix, and basically want to go over some of the takeaways. So the top takeaways that I thought were from the How to Get Rich docu-series that was on Netflix. Make sure you check it out when you get a chance. So one of the biggest things, the first takeaway is, asking yourself, what does money mean to you? I think a lot of times people just think of money just as a means to an end, a means to do lavish things or whatever it looks like in their book. But understanding what money means to you can help solve the primary issues of your day-to-day spending habits, of your day-to-day investments, of your day-to-day conversations and how you talk about money. So understanding what money means to you will give you a roadmap or an overview of how you want to, steer your life. And I think it's really important. And it leads me to my second takeaway is understanding, the psychology around money. A lot of times when people think about money and the good or the bad money decisions that are made, it goes to your behavior and your psychology around money. And I think a lot of people don't understand, which is what Ramit emphasizes in the docu-series is, all right, what is your psychology around money? What does money mean to you? But then also, what is your psychology around money? And how, there's different factors that come into play in understanding your psychology around money. What you were taught, how you were raised, the different jobs you've had, the environment that you've grown up in, the information that you're getting. That all plays a role into the different factors around the psychology around money. The third thing is a question that Ramit was asking all the different guests on the show, which I thought was great, is what's your rich life? So visualize what your rich life is, and from there, reverse engineer the steps it would take to get there. So for example, one of the people that he was interviewing or working with, his rich life, what that looked like was being able to retire his mom. He's a first generation American, seeing his mom grow up and work endless hours to provide. His goal was to retire his mom within the next 3 years. So he was able to, build out what his rich life looked like and then reverse engineer the steps that it took to get there. So for him specifically in the docuseries, it was, fixing a little bit of expenses, but also investing in additional cash flow investments, which was real estate for him. The fourth takeaway is understanding the fees around your expenses. So for example, credit card, late fees, subscriptions, financial advisor. And I could speak to this personally because I have a unique story. When I moved back from Portland to Sacramento during after my contract was over with Portland and they didn't re-sign me, I moved my stuff into storage. And not to say anything's bad about storage, but it was an expense that I didn't need because I kept it in there because I was too lazy to just clean it out or sell it or whatever. So that thing calculated over time, and it's something that if I get into real estate again, or as I continue to figure out ways to grow my financial portfolio, storage unit is going to be something that I invest in because of my own personal experience in it. But understanding the fees and mixed expenses that you have on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month, year-to-year basis can help save a lot of money if you stay on top of it and take control of it. The fifth takeaway that I want to talk about is the concept of buying a home. The American dream is buying a home, and Ramit he emphasizes that understanding the implications in buying a home. He's an advocate for not really buying a home. He's more of a rent first because of, in his eyes, the benefits of not having to be liable or stuck or deal with HOAs and all these different things. So understanding, all right, there's the American dream, that pushes home ownership, but there's your dream and what that is. If it is buying a home, then understanding the process that is to take to get there and going from there. Um, the other thing, so the sixth takeaway that I want to talk about, and this is more like on the business side. If you're starting a business or accepting business, charging an hourly rate versus per percentage. So if you're dealing with a financial advisor, they usually work assets under management and they take a percentage of the assets under management. But his philosophy, which was I really thought was really good, is charging us or paying an hourly rate of their services, so fee based. And I think that's really important, especially you're seeing athletes do that now, where they don't have an agent or they'll use a lawyer to deal with their deals, or their contracts, and then charge them or pay on an hourly fee. And the same goes business wise, charging hourly versus per percentage, understanding what works, what doesn't, and kind of going from there. To touch on that, and the last takeaway that I want to share is understanding when you're starting a business that you have to build a way to make money before figuring out or worrying about logo, websites, and going from there. He says the first step is, all right, find a way to build money or make money. So figure out the solution for the problems you're solving, and then find your first 3 clients. And then once you find your first 3 clients, do a good job for them, and then raise your rates. I think a lot of athlete turned entrepreneurs will struggle trying to figure out the name and the brand and all this stuff. But it's really important to understand that you just need to find your first 3 clients, figure out the solution that you're providing for them for the problems that they have, and then once you've established yourself, you raise your rates. So that is my How to Get Rich review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Shout out to Ramit Sethi, one of the best in the game as it pertains to personal finance and wealth management, money management. Definitely get his book. But that's it. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.